Tommy, welcome. How did it feel to become Arnott manager?
It's absolutely brilliant. You know, there was contact last week. Spoke to Billy and spoke to James initially, and spoke to Billy and the board, and everything was really positive about the club. And you know, I had tried to be as positive as I could be about myself without you know, being too big-headed about how I felt I could help the club. And it went really well, and got a really good feel for it. And I'm just glad that you know, the club then contacted my agent and said that, you know, the job was mine. So and everything was done very quickly. Because there was, I think, on both sides we wanted, you know, we both wanted each other. So I'm pleased to be here. Pleased to obviously bring Paul Stevenson in with me as well, who's been here before, but someone I've known since my early days in Newcastle, and worked with him at Norwich as well. So let's hope we can come in and do the job that we're, you know, brought in for.
What was it that excited you so much and made it feel like that right fit?
Well, I think if you look at the size of the club and you know, what can be achieved here, you know, first and foremost we've got to make sure we get enough points to move us up the table, and that's our short-term aim. But you know, we'd spoken about, you know, the success that the club have had in recent years, and how the people of Kilmarnock got really turned out in their numbers, and that was something that when I spoke to Billy and James, had said that you know, if I can replicate the success we had at St Johnstone, you know, we're going to fill 3 sides of this place, because you know, it really is a big club. It's a club with, you know, a support of the team is really going well, that they fill the place out. So that's really exciting for me to come in at a stage. It's never ideal coming in, but I come in the stage and try and obviously do well in the short term, but obviously try and build something for the future as well.
Yeah, you mentioned bringing Paul Stevenson into your team and knowing each other from Newcastle. What can he really add to your coaching team?
Well, if anybody knows him, he'll add enthusiasm. First of all, he's a very good coach as well. Very good in the grass. Worked at various levels, obviously youth level, academy level in England at Middlesbrough, assistant manager at Accrington. I'd worked with him in Norwich, and our paths crossed just for a small period when we were at Newcastle. But I've always, you know, since we've both finished playing, I've always liked how he's approached the game, and he's a bubbly character. He's actually someone that I've never seen unhappy, and so that'll be a good foil for me, because often I get accused of being grumpy all the time, but that's not the case. But I think it's a good partnership, and I say it's he will bring enthusiasm, wealth of knowledge in the game, and a wealth of knowledge of coaching.
Does the fact that you've got a wealth of experience in the Scottish game, and you know a lot of the squad members, and then Paul having been here before, yeah, can that be an advantage for you?
I hope so, and I believe so. It's I think the Scottish League, you know, having worked in it for 9 years, I know what's required in terms of the types of players and that will do well in the league, and that's something that I think that you know, Billy and the board maybe thought as well, that, you know, would be a benefit to him, not only in the short term but obviously in the long term. So I think it is important that a manager knows the league, particularly in the situation that we're in, that we need to get points. It's really important. So I'm going in with no sort of fears of what's ahead of me, because you know, I know what's ahead of me in terms of the league.
We've got 2 games this week, so it's a quick turnaround. How much realistically can you do in this first week when you're just getting new to the job, getting to grips with everything?
Well, hopefully we can give them, you know, it's always a bit we can take away that uncertainty. You know, who's going to be manager? Is James and Andy going to continue for a period of time? And I think players always like certainty, so they now know who the manager is. I think we can, by doing that, I think that can lift them. That'll be that'll be the aim. We will have 2 sessions before the Motherwell game, and probably when you take a recovery on Thursday, we'll just have 1 light session before the Rangers game. But there'll be a few things that I've seen in games that I would like to implement, and over a period of time we will. In the short term, it is always difficult to do that, but I think looking at training this morning, the quality throughout the squad was really good. Work rate, the attitude was spot on. So that's something we've got to take into the game, and take into the game for 90 minutes or 90 plus minutes, because there's been wee lapses of concentration that's cost them points that quite easily you could be sitting with anywhere 3 to 6 more points quite easily. But it is what it is. That's what happens in football. So there will be things that hopefully we can tweak that will see us pick up 3 points on Wednesday.
It's been an overwhelmingly positive response to your appointment so far. What is your message to the supporters, and what you hope to bring in your time here?
Well, first of all, it would be stay safe in this current climate that we're in with COVID, and I look forward to moving the team up the table for them, giving them something to smile about, and probably more importantly, I look forward to hopefully next season that we can get fans in, and I can put a team on the pitch that will make them proud.
Tommy, thanks for your time, and we wish you all the very best in your time with Kilmarnock.
Thank you.